Hey there everybody, welcome to Mo Digging. It's good to see you back. This week I'm going to go hit a location that I've never been to before, but I believe it's got some history back into the 1800s. We're going to dig a lot of junk signals, but really kind of cherry pick those high tones and see what we can't pull out of the ground. So let's get straight to it. Hey there, welcome back you guys. It's good to see you again. I'm off to a pretty good start on this hunt so far. I got 2 quarters and a piece of trash and just popped this out of the ground. I've got some sort of heart. It was a big ugly 62 signal, but I'll take it. Any kind of jewelry or things like that are okay with me, so we'll put it away and keep hunting. All right, you guys, this is coin number 3 of my hunt, and I think I have a wheat penny, which is awesome. It was about 3 inches down. Let's see, there's the front of it, the obverse of the coin, and there's the reverse. It's definitely a wheat penny. If you give me just a moment, we'll clean up the front and figure out what year this is. That's awesome. All right, you guys, we do have a proper identification. It's a 1950D wheat penny. That's not a bad year. It's not as old as I would have liked, but we'll take a wheat penny. We're gonna put that in the bag and go on to the next find. Just had me a big loud quarter signal, an 87 on the machine, and I got some sort of Volkswagen little toy. We'll clean it up and probably give it away to somebody with kids. So, not a bad find. All right, this is pretty good. I just got a big loud quarter signal, and I think I've got a dollar coin sitting in the hole. So let's look at this. I love finding dollar coins. It makes this hobby go a lot quicker when you're looking for money. What do we have here? There is the Statue of Liberty on one side, so it's more than likely a presidential dollar coin. Which president is it going to be? Oh, it's William Howard Taft. That's pretty cool. He's a kind of a forgotten president. That's pretty neat. I'll take a dollar coin. I love finding this kind of stuff, so we're going to put that in the bag and keep hunting. Always check your holes. I just went back over this little area and now I've got another dollar coin. Who's this going to be? What do we have here? That's the face side. Oh, you know what? It's not a dollar coin. It's a Sacagawea dollar. That's pretty cool. $2 sitting right next to each other. We're going to put that away and look for some more cool stuff. This was a really loud 82 signal, and it was about 6 inches down. I've got some sort of container, and I think it's either going to be a compact or it will be a like a skincare item. Sorry, I'm trying to get in the sun so you guys can see a little bit better. What is this? That's more than likely, I think it's probably a Valais skincare container. I could be wrong about that. I may have to clean it up and show you guys later, but that's pretty neat. It's definitely got some age to it, probably 1920s or 1930s, so not bad. I love finding these. This was about 6 inches down. I just got me a harmonica reed, a very, very common find. These are all across the United States, and they're very common at house sites, but it is an encouraging find out here. I think there may have been a house site out at the location I'm at right now, so we'll take it and keep on hunting. Well, I just dug up a mason jar, an aluminum mason jar, so it's not terribly old. But right afterwards, I got another harmonica reed. It may be from the same harmonica, who knows, but that's not bad. There was obviously something out here, so we're gonna put that one away as well. This was a very deep coin. It was about 7 inches down. Just popped it out, and it's a very green penny. Check this out. I still got my blue gloves on, but that is a 1919 penny. I believe it's an S for San Francisco. That's pretty sweet. Look how well it cleaned up already. I'll show you guys some up-close shots of it. But that's a good-looking coin. That's 102 years old. I will take that. Don't be afraid to dig those weird signals. This was a very odd one. It jumped all over the place, but here's why. There was a nickel, a dime, and a quarter all in the same hole. So, little spill. Not bad. I'll take an extra 40 cents. Wow, today's kind of turning into the day of harmonica reeds. I just got my third one for the day. How weird is that? Like I always say, these were very popular. Excuse me. I think because they were just cheap and really easy to learn. So we'll put it away. Some of you might not believe me on this one, but you have to trust me. I just pulled out a big piece of brass, and I think it's an old scale. So let's take a look at this. I know it doesn't look like much, but I believe that's a folded scale. That's pretty cool. You have to give me just a moment to bend it back into place and clean it up. But I am about 90% sure that's going to be an old 1800s or early 1900s scale. So not bad. Yes, sir. That is definitely a scale. It says New York up there. I don't know how well you guys can see that. And I believe it's a number 2 or number 12 scale. I'll have to clean it up and do a little bit of research on it. But there would be a hook down there at that end, and you could hang it there and weigh something. So I'll have to throw up some photos of exactly what I'm talking about. But that's not a bad find. I haven't found one of these in a while. I dig a lot of old stuff, but some of the things I find are not that old. Check this out. I just got a Fitbit. That's different. It was just below the grass. So that's got to be not very old. I'd say that's probably not here only a few years. Still a neat find though. Just thought I had a big old coin. It was about 6 inches down, but no, it's actually probably the cog out of an old clock. At the end of this video, when I do the wrap-up, I have to show you guys the other internal parts to a clock that I found. They're pretty destroyed, but still neat. There's a grub right there. If you guys know what a June bug is, there's the grub for one. So, all right, let's keep on. Just got myself a debuckle at about 6 inches. Where is it? It's right there. It was way down there. Pretty neat. Little piece of brass. So we're finding some old stuff today, thankfully. I just had to do a double take because I thought I had a piece of gold. It's still a pretty interesting relic, so take a look at this. It was about 6 to 7 inches down, and I believe it's a ring, and it's kind of gold looking, but I think it's an old, like 1800s plated ring. These are pretty common. I'll clean it up a little bit, but it's probably a brass ring with plating. Could be wrong though. Give me just a moment. Oh yeah, that's definitely a ring. It's pretty heavily plated. I think it's probably an 1800s wedding band maybe. These are actually pretty common finds. These brass rings that are gold plated. Still a really neat item to find, but I really would like to find a nice gold ring again this year. It'll happen if I keep digging all these junk signals, but I'll take something like this too. That's a neat little relic. All right, I might have something pretty cool here. No idea what it is. I'm hoping it's a badge, an old brass badge of some sort. It was ringing up as a 66 on the Fisher Goldbug Pro, and we're gonna find out together what this is. She was sitting about 5 inches down, and I don't know what that is. That's really cool, actually. I don't even know what I found. What does it say? I don't know. It says Missouri down here, 1915. Could it be a chauffeur's license or something like that? That would be really cool if I found a chauffeur's license. Give me just a moment. Well, you guys, it looks like I called it. It is a chauffeur's license. I've only ever found one of these before, and I believe it was a 1940 Missouri chauffeur's license. But look at that. This is much older. 1915. That is awesome. I cannot believe I just found that. There must not have been too many chauffeurs back in 1915, but I will gladly take this awesome piece of history. That is really cool. Throughout the early years of American automotive history, individuals who drove paid passenger vehicles were required to display a state-issued license. Taxi drivers and other people operating passenger vehicles would wear these badges to show that they were in compliance with the law and could safely operate a motor vehicle. It is important to remember that automobiles were still a luxury item in 1915, and there were only about 2 million cars in all of the United States. As previously mentioned, I have personally only found 2 chauffeur's licenses in the last 15 years of metal detecting. By the 1940s and 50s, chauffeur's licenses were being made of paper, and metallic badges such as these were no longer in use. They have unfortunately become a forgotten part of automotive history. Do any of you smart people out there have any idea what this is? It was about 8 inches down. It was way down there. It's some sort of like peg-looking thing. I don't know. It's heavy brass, I believe, but I don't really know what that would be. It's got some sort of purpose, but what it is, I am not sure. So if one of you guys has a clue, I would love to know. Thanks. This is another odd little piece of metal that I'm not sure what it is. I think it's old. It was about 4 or 5 inches down, but I don't know what that would be. It's like a little cap or something like that. I almost thought it was a little bell, but probably not. So if somebody out there has any clue what that is, I would also love to know. Hey, haven't seen one of these in a while. Just got myself a neckerchief slide. It was ringing up as an 81, and it's one that I haven't seen too many times before. I guess it's a bear Cub Scout or something like that. Bear Scout. Not really sure, but it is a Cub Scout neckerchief slide, so it's still pretty cool. We'll put that one away. Just got another staple of metal detecting. I got some of the internals out of a pocket watch. They're about 6 inches down, and I don't know that there's any information on it, but still a neat find. I do like finding this kind of stuff. Oops. Dropping it, of course, but we'll put it in the bag and see what else we can't find today. What are the chances of that? I just got a loud 8788 signal, and I have got another dollar coin. How cool is that? The lighting is not very good, so I'm going to take it out in the sun and we'll find out exactly what we've got here. How awesome. That looks to be the reverse of the coin, I believe. Yeah, there's Lady Liberty with her torch up in the air. So which president is it going to be? Oh, I already know who that is. That is John Quincy Adams. That's pretty cool. I'll take another dollar coin. We'll put this away and get back to hunting.
By land, if by sea, spreading alarm through every town. You warned us then of danger that was near. We need another warning, Paul Revere.
All right, you guys, I'm back at the house now and have everything out on the board for a quick review. So let's take a moment and look at all the stuff we found. Well, to start the wrap up correctly, here is my garbage. That is about 8.5 hours of metal detecting garbage for me. This was 2 separate hunts. Lots and lots of little things and big things and aluminum scraps and stuff that was sitting on top of the ground. Please take all this stuff with you if you're going to go out and metal detect. But we'll come over here to the board because we did a good job of filling it up. We found lots and lots of stuff. We'll come down here first. We get that little Volkswagen car, some brass thing, a Fitbit, part of a USB, probably aluminum. I ended up getting 2 parts to compacts. This one's actually complete. There's some broken glass and things like that inside there, so that's pretty cool. This is just a lid off of a compact. That spring scale brass piece is really neat. That's probably about 1900. I don't know what this piece of brass is. If anybody out there knows what that is, I'd love to know. Piece of a torch or something? I don't really know. It's different. There's like a grommet or something like that. There's that little plated ring that I found. I tried to bend back into place and it's too fragile. I didn't want to mess with it anymore, but a neat old ring. That's probably 1800s. Got a whole row of shotgun shells right down here. Got my little Cub Scout slide. There's the trigger off of an old cap gun, more than likely. A few broken pieces out of like an old clock. It's part of the guts of an old clock. Did not dig up as many pull tabs as I thought I was going to dig up, but I got a little pile there. Piece of a bike tire. I got some pieces of pipe that were probably smoking devices. There's like a hinge, a brass hinge. It's pretty old. There's a debuckle. There's a few other little pieces of stuff. There's an internal part to a pocket watch. I ended up finding a lot of harmonica reeds out there this time. I think I ended up finding in total about 3.5. Anybody have an idea what this is? I'm not sure about that. It says Keeling. It's just a thin piece of brass with a little bit of plating on it. I'd love to know what that is if anybody has any clue. Not sure. We found about $8 and change on this hunt. Whole row of quarters, clad dimes, nickels, copper pennies, and zinc pennies. That's not too bad. I was making about $1 an hour. Here's that heart. Don't know what that is. It's got a Z and an N. Maybe it's for zinc, and then 45. Is it? Somebody said it might be off a periodic table or something. I don't know. Maybe it's a weight. Then we'll get to the better stuff. There's that weird piece of brass. A few pieces of rivets, or a few rivets. That little cap thing. I ended up finding those $3 coins. A Sacagawea. That John Quincy Adams. And then William Howard Taft dollar coin. That's not bad. I got that 1919S wheat penny. That's a pretty coin, actually. It's pretty cool. And then I got that 1950D wheat penny. Pretty good shape. But by far my favorite find this hunt was this. I managed to get a registered chauffeur license from 1915. I've only ever found one other one, and it's just so cool to find such an early piece of automotive history, especially in Missouri. So we will put that in my case and cherish it forever, hopefully. Well, no silver and no gold for this hunt, but that's all right. We managed to find some pretty interesting relics, though, and get outside and enjoy the weather. So until next time, stay safe, and I will see you later. Bye now.